10 years ago, I found out my brother was having an affair. I had a decision. I could either choose to let it happen, or I could choose to confront him. I don't like confrontation. I think the older I've gotten, I've learned that if you run away from it, it doesn't make it better, it makes it worse. And so I've really had to work on, let's deal with this. So I went to his house, his family left, and I wanted to make sure I had everything I needed to lay in front of him in a loving way, and that's when I led in with, you know I love you, so I need you to hear my heart. And for me, it was uncomfortable. I had anxiety, just the thought of what could happen as a result of having this conversation. He knew how I felt about it. Like and it wasn't that I was coming from a, dude, how dare you, and from a self-righteous, but it was definitely from an attitude of, dude, you know I love you, and you know you shouldn't be doing this. At the end of that conversation, it still didn't change. He had moved out, and he had decided he was gonna be done. It was at that point where I'm like, Tim, just own this, say you've done it, and let's move on and go back to your family. So he finally got to that point of confession of like, okay, waving the white flag, and we started working through everything. And he started owning it. He moved back home. And in the process of that, there was a lot of heavy drinking that was used to mask a lot of guilt. And Tim, dude, you know I love you, so let's do this. Let's work on this. And so there were several times that picked him, and we just went to an AA meeting, found one, and we went.
The drinking was very heavy. That was the only way I could really cope with what I had done. I didn't think the guilt and the shame would ever go away. I felt very alone, very isolated. When he took time out of his schedule to go with me to AA meetings, it meant a lot. It really did. It helped me feel not so alone.
I saw value in being there with him, and once he started getting some traction, he's like, I need to be there. You started to see some of the change.
This past February, I got to celebrate 3 continuous years of sobriety.
He was now consistently going to our Surprise campus, and it was there God started to do some amazing things in his heart. I remember he came to me and my dad, and he wanted us to baptize him. To be able to baptize your brother, who you've walked with some very difficult times, I will never, ever forget that moment.
One of the most proud moments that has come around since I was finally able to get sober and my marriage was restored was I got to baptize my oldest son. Not too long after that, my wife and I were talking, and she had never been baptized. And so she decided, she saw me get baptized, she saw our oldest son get baptized, she decided that she was going to get baptized. So since then, we were able to also baptize our youngest son and our daughter. So to do that as a family, for us to be involved in that, it's been incredible. It's one of the things I always remember for the rest of my life.
I have my brother back, and to see him leading his family in that, I could not be more proud of my brother.
I'm very grateful for my brother. I mean, I know that my marriage wouldn't be together. My drinking probably would have gotten so out of control, I might even be dead. I don't think words would do it justice how much I needed and appreciated what he did for me.